Hi and welcome to AutoMailer. In this tutorial session, I'm going to be showing you how to launch your very first AutoMailer campaign. But before we do that, there are a couple of things that you must have already accomplished before you can actually launch your campaign. The first one is you must have already connected your email account to the system, right? The way AutoMailer works is you connect an email address to the platform and the platform uses that email to send out the campaign. In this case, I have already connected one of my emails. So when I run my campaign, the system is going to be using this email to send out my campaign. So that's step number one. Step number two is you must have already uploaded your emailing list and scrubbed it, right? So in AutoMailer, before you run a campaign, you must upload your list and make sure it is marked as list verified. So upload the data, click on clean list. Once it's marked as list verified, that's when you can start using this list to send out the campaign. You still can run it without verifying, but in order for your campaign to have better results in terms of like deliverability, you must scrub your list before you run your campaign. That's step number two. Step number three is you must have already adjusted your sending speed and sending window. To do that, it's under settings and sending speeds. Select your email and make sure that you are on the speed that you want to be sending at. As you can see, we do have a couple of options. The most you can select, or the highest sending speed you can choose, is it's the fast setting, which is 300 emails a day. My account at the moment is on the slow setting. My sending window is 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. By the way, this time zone is based on the user setting time zone for the account. So my account is on the America Chicago time zone. So under user settings, America Chicago, this is what my campaign is going to be using as a time zone for when the emails are going to be sending out, right? So the three steps: connect your email, upload your data, scrub it, adjust your sending speed and sending window for a campaign. Right, now let's assume all those have been done. What you need to do now is to launch a campaign. Top right, you click on create a new campaign. You'll be then routed to the campaign setup page. So simply name the campaign. I'm just going to do demo campaign. Just demo camp. Select the email address I'm going to be using, right? So I only have one email connected. The only option I have here is just one. If you have connected multiple emails, you can use multiple emails for this campaign. What the system will do, it will just split up your campaign based on how many emails you have connected and selected in this page specifically. So if you have connected 5 emails and you select all 5 in this page, the system will split up the campaign into 5. Each email will be using a small piece of that data to send out to the entire database, it basically splitting the campaign into 5. In this case, I only have one email account, so that's the one I've selected. I'll then select the data that I'm going to be sending to. As you can see, I have multiple different lists in here. Just choose which one you're going to be using for your campaign. In this case, it's going to be my demo list. Next, you can customize your unsubscribe link. So AutoMailer is CAN spam compliant. It does have a built-in unsubscribe link that is going to be included in each email that you're sending out, but you can customize what that unsubscribe is going to say. So if you just leave it as blank, it's just going to say unsubscribe. In this case, I'm going to do remove me, right? So that's going to be the link that's going to be highlighted in my email. If they click on it, the system will automatically mark that person as unsubscribed. You can then change out where you want your notifications to be sent to. These are simple notifications if someone responds to your campaign. So let's say I run my campaign and someone responds. AutoMailer will notify me, say, hey David, someone responded to your campaign. Please log in and check what that response is, right? So my notifications, I want it to be sent to David at AutoMailer AutoMailer.io, right? That's where I want my notifications to be sent to. And the last setting here is the stop sending email to contact when. Now this is relevant if you are running like a drip campaign, it's a lead generation campaign. If the setting has email has a reply, if someone responds to your campaign, any scheduled or subsequent emails that are supposed to go out to that person won't send out to that person anymore because they've already replied. The whole purpose of the campaign was to generate the response. Since they did respond, any emails that are supposed to send out will not send out. So for example, you have a 3-part email series, email 1, 2, and 3. You send it out. If they respond to the first email, email 2 and 3 won't send out to that contact anymore, right? If you do campaign is finished, this is usually if you're just sending out like maybe a 3-part newsletter, you just want your recipients to receive your entire drip regardless if they respond or not, you can do campaign is finished or not. Best practice if you're doing a lead generation campaign, you want to do email has a reply because you want to take a look at what that response is, right? So setting to choose here, email has a reply. I'll then click on next. You'll be then routed to the compose message page. Now, if you have uploaded your template already, which is an optional thing, it's not mandatory, you can simply select template and then choose that template that you've uploaded and it will automatically load here. So for example, this one I did earlier, use template, that's it. That template will be loaded here. Or you can simply copy and paste it from wherever your template is, or you can type it out. So in this case, let's just type it out. I'm just going to do first name. How are you? That's going to be my subject line. Email preview is going to be check this out. Then my email body again is going to be first name. How are you? Check this website out. And I'm going to do www.automailer.io. Copy. I can hyperlink this, as you can see. Paste. Whoops. Copy. And paste it in here. Okay. Right. So this is going to be my first email, for example. Thanks. Now, let's say I want to add a drip. So AutoMailer is a email drip campaign tool. You can set up a automatic follow-up email to your prospects. Now, before we do that, let's briefly block out specific days. So my campaign, I only want it to be sending out Monday to Friday. That's it, right? Monday to Friday. Now, to add a drip, simply click on Add Drip. That's it. And then select how many days after the previous email. So I want you to send out 3 days after. My condition is no condition. Condition is basically a trigger that will send out this email. So if I do opened, what will happen is this email sends out. If someone opens this email 3 days after, they receive the second email. If I do unopened, 3 days after, the first email was sent out. If they don't open it, the second email will be sent out. If you do link clicked, if they click on this link, 3 days later, this email will be sent out. Best practice is usually no condition because you want to be targeting absolutely everyone who does not respond. Remember, our initial setting is if they don't respond, send out that follow-up email. So my trigger is going to be no condition. So email number 1 sends out. 3 days later, email number 2 sends out. If they respond to email number 1, the second email will not send out. Right? So follow-up email, I'm just going to briefly do, okay, let's just select template and let's just do demo. This is going to be my second email. Lock it out. Let's add a final drip. Again, 3 days later, no condition. Select template. Let's just do this one. Let's do this one. So how my drip or my entire campaign will look like. Email number 1, this sends out, right? 3 days later, email number 2 sends out. 3 days after the second email, third email sends out. Now, if they respond to email number 1, 2 and 3 won't fire. If they respond to the second email, 3 won't fire. That's the setting that we have set up for this campaign. I'm going to block off again specific days. So this is how my campaign is going to be set up and will look. I'll click on next to then generate like a preview of how my email will look like. So this is my first email, this is my second email, and this is my third email. If everything looks good, you click on next. You can then schedule it to send out. So I'm going to do send out next week Monday at, let's do 8 a.m. and then start campaign. All right, and that's it. So as you can see here, this is the demo the demo campaign I set up. I can filter it by pending since it's not yet sending out. Demo campaign will send out next week Monday at 8 a.m. Once the campaign starts to send out, the status will change to active, and on your dashboard, you'll be able to start to see the recent activity log start to populate. As the campaign sends out, the recent activity log sends out, so you'll be able to monitor your campaign in real time. If someone does respond to your campaign, that response is going to be found under the messages and inbox section. Right? So these are all the different messages that you're going to be receiving. You can interact with these recipients or these people who are sending you replies. You can click on them and you can reply to the response directly in your AutoMailer account. All right, that's how to set up an AutoMailer campaign. Hope you found this useful. If you do have any questions, feel free to reach out to us via chat Monday to Friday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Central Time. Thank you very much.